The video opens with a slow, haunting shot of an empty American highway, cars abandoned in every direction, doors left open as if their owners vanished mid-escape. A military convoy sits frozen in place, bullet holes through the windows, helmets scattered on the road. The wind whistles across the asphalt, carrying the distant echo of something dragging its feet. The screen fades to a lonely child's toy lying in the dirt, coated in dust. Then your voice cuts through the silence. The zombies didn't destroy America. America destroyed itself long before the first walker ever showed up. Sirens wail faintly in the background as the camera cuts to quick flashes of the first infected man collapsing in Atlanta, doctors screaming for backup inside overcrowded hospitals, and soldiers retreating down a burning street as walkers pour in. Behind them, government emergency broadcasts glitch on flickering screens, then abruptly cut to black. The tension rises until you deliver the core question that hooks the viewer completely. What really caused the fall of the most powerful nation on Earth? Was it the virus, the panic, or something far darker? Your voice shifts into the introduction as the visuals calm slightly, showing a map of the United States slowly turning red with infection points. You explain that today's video is not just about zombies, it's about the hidden chain of failures that led to America's total collapse in the Walking Dead universe. You tell viewers they're about to see the real timeline of the outbreak, the decisions that went wrong inside the government, the moment the military lost control, and how society fell apart faster than anyone expected. You build anticipation, promising to reveal the true downfall behind the chaos, not the surface-level story fans already know. The intro wraps with a cinematic beat as the map burns away and the camera zooms into a dark, empty city. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why America never stood a chance. The collapse begins quietly, almost invisibly, long before the world realizes anything is wrong. In the main body of the video, the camera follows a nurse in a crowded Atlanta hospital during the earliest days of the outbreak. Patients arrive with strange symptoms: fever, aggression, sudden cardiac arrest, but doctors label it as flu complications or drug reactions. No one even considers the possibility of something new, something deadly. Security footage shows orderlies restraining a patient who flatlines and then gasps back to life minutes later. Instead of alerting the CDC, hospital administrators cover it up to avoid panic. These small, early mistakes become the first cracks in America's foundation. Meanwhile, behind closed doors in Washington, government officials argue about whether to announce the emergency. Some insist the situation is contained. Others fear economic chaos if the public finds out. Hours pass, then days. Every moment lost allows the infection to spread unchecked through buses, airports, subways, and schools. While the virus silently jumps from city to city, the U.S. government hesitates, paralyzed not by the outbreak, but by politics. When the government finally acts, it's already too late. The military is deployed across major cities with almost no real information. Soldiers are told they're handling riots or violent outbreaks, not reanimated corpses. Bodycam footage shows troops firing at infected individuals, only to watch them stand up again. Entire magazines are wasted before anyone realizes headshots are the only solution. Communication lines begin to collapse as the power grid overloads from emergency activity. Command centers lose contact with deployed units. In Atlanta, soldiers are overrun after being trapped between panicked civilians and fast-spreading walkers. Evacuation zones crumble in hours because no one understands the scale of what they're facing. Morale collapses. Units abandon their posts. The strongest military in the world isn't destroyed by zombies, it's destroyed by confusion, misinformation, and fear. As the military retreats, society tears itself apart. Highways clog with millions trying to escape, turning interstates into massive parking lots of trapped families. Looting breaks out in major cities as supermarkets empty within hours. Police forces are overwhelmed, forced to choose between protecting civilians or protecting themselves. You see families fighting over food, neighborhoods turning into war zones, and emergency lines ringing endlessly with no one left to answer. The outbreak becomes only half the problem, the other half is humanity's reaction to it. People turn on each other, desperate to survive. With hospitals collapsing, the sick die alone, and anyone who dies no matter how gets back up. The final blow comes when the national infrastructure collapses like a row of dominoes. Power stations shut down from lack of staff. Water treatment plants fail. The internet goes dark. Once communication is lost, every city becomes an isolated battlefield. Walkers pour into unprotected suburbs. Entire towns are wiped out overnight, with no chance of rescue. Government broadcasts grow weaker and more frantic, until one day, they simply stop. America, once the most powerful nation on Earth, goes silent. And as the camera drifts through empty streets, you explain the ultimate truth. The United States didn't fall because the virus was unstoppable. It fell because its systems were too slow, its people too divided, and its leaders too unprepared to face the unimaginable. As the final scenes fade in, the camera drifts through what's left of an American suburb, abandoned houses with doors hanging open, children's bicycles rusting on lawns, a flag torn in half and tangled in a tree branch. Your voice returns, calm but heavy, carrying the weight of everything the audience has just witnessed. You remind them that the fall of America wasn't caused by monsters or supernatural forces, but by a chain reaction of human failures. One mistake fed into another, ignored warnings, delayed decisions, misinformation, panic, and the slow collapse of trust in every system people depended on. The walkers were just the spark, but the fire was already there. You deliver the final, haunting truth. The dead didn't kill America. The living did. A long moment of silence hangs as the camera pulls up into the sky, showing the vast emptiness of a once bustling city now swallowed by nature. Then you turn to the viewer with the thought that lingers long after the video ends. If this happened today, do you think any country would survive? Or would we all repeat the same mistakes? You invite them to share their thoughts in the comments, encouraging debate and reflection. As the screen fades to black, you tease what comes next. In the next episode, we'll break down how fast a zombie outbreak would spread from city to city across the United States, and which states would fall first. The closing ends on a quiet, eerie note, keeping viewers hooked for the next chapter in the series.